Hi guys, it's Friday night here in Manila, so it's time for me to do my weekend free-for-all video, and I'm going to do like one of my original theme type of videos, a review and comparison. And as promised, it's going to be on the 80s G-Body Monte Carlo SS, the style from like 81 to 88. The 78 to 80 is slightly different. They're a little bit smaller body, so that's like, to me, there was two generations of the G body. You have your 78s to 80s on all of them except for the Malibu and El Camino, kind of changed, like the Cutlass, the Monte Carlo, the Grand Prix, and the Regal were all based kind of on the same platform. They were smaller bodies, the back ends kind of sloped, they had a flat front end. So they were different than the 81s to 88s. So that's the one that I'm focusing on today, the 81 to 88. Predominantly the Monte Carlo SS Coupe. Not the Aero Coupe and not the regular front end, although I got some variants of that to show you guys. I've got a total of 15 cars, or I'm sorry, 14 cars I'm going to be showing you from 7 different brands. So the first one is going to be from Johnny Lightning, and I do have more Monte Carlos than this 15, but it would take too long to show all of them to you. So we got one that we're going to unbox, and then the rest of them are already open. So now let me start with Johnny Lightning. Johnny Lightning, I think, has the best variant of all of them. These are older releases, the two that you see down here. These are the two that I got to show you guys, and this one is the Coupe. This is one of their originals. I think it was from Muscle Car USA. You guys seen this in another one of my videos, because I picked this as like one of my top 10 favorite cars in my collection. I absolutely love this car. The interior color, everything with this car is spot on. The wheels are perfect. The white leather tires are perfect. Everything about the car is spot on. Johnny Lightning did a fabulous job with this car. And to me, I think the scale is pretty good, because most of all the other ones are pretty much the same thing. Sometimes compared to others, they look a little narrow, but all the castings, all manufacturers are kind of done the same. So this is a beautiful car. I think it has an opening hood. Yeah, it does. I just never really opened it to check it out. The motor is kind of all blacked out, so it's kind of hard to see any of the detail in here. Plus I can't get it to really focus right now. But anyways, yeah, the opening hood. Blacked engine, it's kind of looks like the factory would have too, because it's so black under the hood of these cars. So they did a nice job on this car. As I said, it's one of the top 10 in my collection. It's one of my favorites. And what I really like is they're releasing it again. They started releasing it again in 2016, and actually the wheels on the 16s and 17s didn't look too like, I don't know, direct like the factory. I mean, exact like the factory, I should say. Now, the new one that they released, it's coming in like a tin, like the old stuff they used to do, a car coming with a tin, which is pretty cool. Those cars are 100% spot on. There's a white one and a black one. The black one's identical to this one. So this, as I said, I would go as the best variant of the Monte Carlo that is available, or the Monte Carlo SS, with, you know, just colors, wheels, everything. The car is perfect. Then they also do a fabulous job with the Aero Coupe. I don't have a lot of Aero Coupes in my collection. I think this is the only one besides a couple of Winter Circle Nascars, and then a Hot Wheels Chevy Stalker. This is a rare one. It's the classic gold, I believe, or the gold collection, all chrome Monte Carlo SS. So you could actually see me and my phone in the roof. This car is very beautiful. I love the chrome cars, and this actually, what's kind of strange is the wheels are silver. They didn't make the wheels chrome like on the coupe. So I guess they didn't want to overdo it with the chrome, but yeah, the car is beautifully done with the chrome. It looks good next to like some of the other chrome stuff I have. So taking group pictures of like all the chrome cars is cool to do sometimes. But yeah, this car is beautiful. I just wanted to give you guys a look at the Aero Coupe, and they do make these again, which I know people like me, the G-Body fans, are very happy about this, that you're able to buy these Monte Carlo SS's in Aero Coupe and Coupe form, and they came out with the Cutlass again and everything, the Hurst Olds, so it's great. The Grand Nationals are back out, so it's great to see Johnny Lightning re-releasing these cars again. I don't know if they did a chrome one again. I don't think so. But yeah, this is a really cool one. So that's the outlook for Johnny Lightning. And then I'll go to some NASCAR stuff and some of the stuff you've seen before. This one is the only example I have from NASCAR Authentics. It's a newer brand, maybe from the past, I would say 5 or 6 years, something like that. They did a nice job on this. It's Dale Earnhardt's number 3, 1987 Aero Coupe Monte Carlo. So sometimes they had like headlight tampos and stuff and grill tampos on the front of these NASCARs, so they did kind of lack on that with this car. The wheels, though, are nice for plastic wheels, nicer than like what Winter Circle Hasbro offered. These are like two-piece composite mold with silver hubs and white letter tires and stuff. So very nicely done. Chassis would have been a little better if it would have been like silver or black or something, but I think the interior and chassis are one piece on these cars, possibly. So not extremely detailed, but it is detailed nicely in some spots. Like looking at it from the side looks great, but front 3/4 angle, rear 3/4 angle, little bit lacking in details. But then again, it's not action. It's not something like that you buy as hobby release. This is kind of released retail for as a kid's toy, actually. So not too bad. And this is another example of the Aero Coupe. As I said, most of the NASCAR stuff I got by Winter Circle, and this is the only NASCAR Authentics I got, are all Aero Coupes. The action stuff, on the other hand, is Coupes. So this is another 87 Earnhardt Monte Carlo. And what's cool about this one, and the reason I brought it out instead of the Wrangler Earnhardt car, because this is number 8. This was his Busch Series car. So, like, he raced both of these the same year in 87. Just this was his Busch car, number 8, and then number 3 was his Cup car. So now I kind of know why Dell Jr. took number 8. I really didn't know the history behind that, and I used to really follow NASCAR quite a bit. So this is cool. It's actually I guess you could say a collaborated company of action. Winter Circle was. So Winter Circle Hasbro was teamed up with Action and RCCA and stuff. So these cars, they have nice bodies and things like that, but sometimes lacking on some of the detail, like the wheels. As I said, the NASCAR Authentics have much nicer wheels and tires, but they are plastic too. This one has slightly more front end detail, like it's got maybe the cars didn't have like headlight tampos and things, but this has more of a defined grille and headlight area than what the NASCAR Authentics did. You could see it there on the NASCAR Authentics, but it's very vague. It's not as defined as the Winter Circle. So with the casting details, I would say the Winter Circle is a little better. Tampo details are about even on both of them. And then chassis and interior differences is better on the Winter Circle. So pros and cons on both, but they both are cool just for your retail release NASCAR stuff, so not bad. And then we'll take a look at the action NASCAR stuff. Now this is when it gets to the adult collectors. This you've probably seen in another video that I did. I don't remember which one it was. I think I unboxed this one. This is Mark Martin's Bush car, I believe, which is rare to hear of Mark Martin in anything but a Ford. So this is very nicely done. Nice detail on the chassis. It's all die-cast chassis and body. Very detailed interior. Black net, gray cage, and you can even see the shifter arm down in there with like a chrome shifter knob. Very nicely done details on the interior, the body, and as I said, now this has different decals and like an actual grill that has the mesh to kind of let air in to the engine compartment. Sorry, it's trying to focus. There we go. So very nicely done by Action. So yeah, this one is the coupe though. As I said, the Action ones I have are not Aero coupes, but these are like from 1983, 84 era. So I'm not sure. I think the Aero coupe came out in 86. It may have been prior to that, I don't know, but they use these a lot in Cup Series 2, the regular coupes. This is before my time of like following NASCAR. I didn't really get into it till 99, so I cannot lie to you guys about the history. I don't know exactly when they started using the Aero coupe, or if they used a combination of both back then, the coupe and the Aero coupe. This is the Neil Bonnet Budweiser KFC car, which you guys seen. It comes in the Budweiser can, which is pretty cool. So very nicely done with the tampos on this car. This is my favorite Monte Carlo race car. This is like in the top 10 favorites of not just NASCARs, but I think of all the race cars I got, because I'm a big G-body fan, and this one's very cool, and nothing says like racing more than like Budweiser, the king of beers. That's like a very notable paint scheme on race cars for like racing livery and livery, however you want to say it. So it's pretty cool. And then for the ones that did not see that video, here is the can that it goes into, which is kind of cool. The car sets in there, and then the can closes, and you can kind of pass it off as an actual beer. So pretty cool. So next one is Maisto. Maisto did a really nice job too. Theirs is kind of going more for like a lowrider look. It's got the drop suspension. You could think of it as like a Beltec 3/4 drop, something like that, with like maybe 20-inch IROC style wheels on it. This one's still got like factory paint job, the white with the red stripes, which is very nicely done. Front end tampos for the headlights and such. Not as nice as the Johnny Lightning, but still not bad. It's pretty close to the Johnny. And as I said with scaling, they're pretty much the same. And how I was saying Johnny Lightning somewhat looked narrow, but the Maisto also does too. So I think that's just the way they're supposed to be. So this is nice. It's all metal. Interior on the Maistos, if you can kind of see in there, is like two-tone chrome steering wheel, black interior with like white inserts. So very nice details on the interior, and detailed taillight tampos, everything. So I'm going to say Maisto is very nice with the interior, and the car itself is very cool too. So I have no issues with Maisto at all, except sometimes Maisto has an issue with like paint rashing. This one has a little bit on it, but I rubbed most of it off with some rubbing compound from Tamiya. So yeah, if you guys ever get like minor paint rashes on your cars, you could see a little bit there, but not much. That Tamiya polish works great to get it off, like the fine polish. It's not like super abrasive, like I think it's medium is what I use. Actually, I have it right here. This is what I use for the paint rashing, so polishing compound and fine polishing compound. So this is like the last compound you would use before the wax. So that works very well. So here is the second Maisto, candy purple car. I love this color on this car. This is probably my favorite like paint job that's like non-stock on one of the Monte Carlos. So very cool candy purple paint, and as you can see, the interior on this is also really cool. It's black with like purple inserts, so very nice details on the interior. Chrome steering wheel, same style wheels, and they also kind of give it that back behind the wheel look of like it has like a brake rotor. So Maisto actually does an excellent job on some of their stuff. And these are older releases, actually. These are from the early 2000s. They're probably about 15 years old. I'd say between 10 and 15 years old. So very nice. Very happy with the quality of these Maistos. And as I said, being all metal, it's actually kind of cool too. You would expect cheaper quality from them, but not really. Very nice. So, here is Greenlight, and we'll do the unboxing here in a second. This is the Black Bandit SS, and you can see the details on the wheels a little better on this one. They tried to do factory wheels, but they didn't do too well with it. Not as well as like what Johnny Lightning did. Their car is nice, though. I would say with front end detail, like grill and stuff, is a little better than the others. But the wheels are lacking a little bit of detail, and the spoiler on the back looks more like an aftermarket style spoiler than what the Johnny Lightning does. The Johnny Lightning looks more as a factory car. Like, as you could see, Johnny Lightning looks more factory. That looks more like aftermarket, comparing the two. And we'll get a better look at the blue one and see if it's setting on there like this one too. That could have just been like misproportioned. But anyways, the tail lights and everything like that on both of them, I would say with tail light tampos, let me try to get it to focus. The Greenlight one I think is slightly better. So rear tampos for the tail lights is a little better on the Greenlight. But still yet, both are nicely done. And as you can see, the front end on the Greenlight is a little more chiseled than the one on the Johnny. But still yet, Johnny's my favorite. So here is a stock Monte. This is from Breaking Bad series. You guys seen this before in one of my past videos. This is based on the 82 Monte Carlo with the regular front end. As you can see, it doesn't have that raked look of the Monte SS. There's the front end difference. You can see that nose piece on the SS comparing to the stock one. So, yeah, the SS was predominantly designed for, like, NASCAR, for aerodynamics and such. So this, I just wanted to show you guys to give you a look at a stock one, what your stock Monte Carlos looked like comparing to the SS. So this is nicely done too. Jesse Pinkman's Monte. As I pointed out in another video, for the Dayton wire wheels, these are a little bit too big in diameter and the offset's not right. But the car itself is great. But the wheels could have been a little bit better. The 143rd, they got it right. And you guys seen that in another video. One day I'll do a video of a bunch of 143rd cars I have. So yeah, this is pretty cool for a stock Monte. So here's the SS from the Hobby Shop series. This, you could see a little better on the wheels. They're chrome and the holes cut out. But they just don't resemble the stock Monte SS wheels as well as the Johnny Lightning. Johnny Lightnings are spot on. I mean, there's a distinguished look to a Monte Carlo SS rally wheel, and Johnny Lightning nailed it. So nobody can beat Johnny Lightning on that one. So let's get this guy out of the package and look at him. So there he is. And as I said, the wheels, yeah, they're a little lacking. And yeah, the spoiler is like that. So yeah, the spoiler is more accurate on Johnny Lightning. This is cool though because this resembles that blue one that they made, which is rare. Also with the blue interior, which looks great. The light blue SS or tampos or stickers like they had from the factory. Very nicely done. Engine on the Greenlight is a little better detailed. Although like on the factory ones, they didn't have blue inner fenders. They were black plastic actually. So the Johnny Lightning, I would say, is a little more accurate with everything just being blacked out in there. But yeah, the blue on this is very nice. Very accurate too, that semi-metallic blue. Very nicely done car, I say, by Greenlight. I'm happy that they made these. I'm very happy to see these G-bodies being released because these are the cars that I grew up with. I had some, I still have an 87 Olds 442 in the States. So even though I'm a Mopar guy, I still own a G-body. Still big GM fan. So let's look at our last manufacturer, which is Hot Wheels. And this is the first rendition, I would say, of a Monte Carlo ever released, a G-body. This is the Chevy Stalker. This isn't the first Chevy Stalker, but this one's from '86. Original Blackwall I opened up a few months ago. This is to represent the Aero Coupe. And it has that toyish look, which it's supposed to. It was a $1 Hot Wheel car. So, and then it had the number 3 to represent Dale Earnhardt, of course. Chevrolet 350 small block. That's what they were running. So, nicely done. It just to say, you know, Chevy Stalker. This one's made in Malaysia. So, I'm sorry, it was 88, not 86. This one came out. So this is a very nice car. Cage, everything like that. So Hot Wheels did a very good job, and this is when Hot Wheels were great. They were die-cast and die-cast. Not that Hot Wheels are bad nowadays. It's just that these were made much better when I was a kid. Now, these two I borrowed from my son because I don't really collect newer mainline stuff. Although this one I should have kept. This is the first edition of the Monte Carlo SS Coupe. This is from 2010, I believe. And they did nice. Did paint jobs accurate. As you can see, he's kind of beat her up pretty badly. No chips, just some surface scratches. But yeah, he gives it a hard time. But anyways, this is a cool one. Because gray interior, black paint, red stripes, they did a nice job. I like the touch with the cowl hood and things. I wish Hot Wheels would release this in the premium sets with rubber tires and 5 spokes or something like that. That would be great. They did it with the Hurst Olds, which is cool. I have that one from the Boulevard series. I wish they would do that with the Monte. Then here is a Holly one. I think this is a Walmart exclusive, the orange. They had a blue one also, and the blue one was, I think, sold everywhere. It had like the faster than ever style 5 spokes. My kid has that one too, but I couldn't find it to show you guys the different versions. And they did a nice job with cutting out the headlights, mesh grille and stuff, as Hot Wheels usually does. They're lacking on tampos. The headlights could have looked a little better than black, but hey, it's a Hot Wheel, and they could have done tail light tampos, as like a lot of us usually complain about, no light tampos and stuff. But for Hot Wheels, not bad. Then it has that toyish look too, the big rear wheel openings, the bigger diameter rear tires compared to the front, but still yet cool. And if they released it in the premium series with rubber tires, I would for sure buy it. That's no doubt in my mind. I had the hot ones of it, but I think I gave it to my kid or I traded it off. But I don't do a lot with plastic wheel cars anymore because I'm, as I say, kind of a little bit limited on space, so I try to pick and choose some of my stuff nowadays. So guys, this is a look at pretty much all of the brands that make Monte Carlos from the 80s, like the 81 to 87 style. Hot Wheels makes a Monte Carlo from like the 78 to 80 style. They're called Montezuma. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that casting. That's based on like the first gen G body, is what I call it. But anyways, I wanted to focus more on the 81 to 88 style. And as I said, I think I've got all the manufacturers here so you guys can get a look at them and the differences and stuff like that. But anyways, this is the video for this weekend. Sunday, which would probably be Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, your guys' time, because it'll be Sunday night for me. I will be doing my premium unboxing for Monday, and this is going to be a good one. It's a kind of a throwback, but it's going to be for a rare set. It's going to be for Japan Historics 1, but it has the 2 rarest variants that will be opened with the set is the Roll Cage Hako Skyline, and then the Smooth Grill Bluebird Datsun 510 wagon. So the set with these 2 rare ones will be open Sunday, so you make sure you tune back in to see that, and then please subscribe if you have not done so, and remember to like and share the video, and please comment. I answer all comments. I will get back to you usually within the same day. But as I said, I'm in Manila, so I'm like 12 hours ahead of the States, or sometimes 15 hours, depending where you're located. So anyways, guys, I appreciate everyone who subscribes, who watches. Really do appreciate all of you. So thank you. Take care, and I will see you on Sunday.